Good morning, you guys. Alright, today is March 31st, Friday morning, 10:38 local time. We are currently southbound on the 605 freeway in California. Coming up on the 60 freeway. I always forget what town this is right here. We're getting close to Santa Fe Springs, I guess. Whittier and Santa Fe Springs area. Or Duarte, perhaps, I don't know. Let's get mixed up on which, where the city limits are, or boundaries are, whatever in the area here. But anyway, that's where we're at. We're going to get on the 60 West here. And we're going to be picking up a load at GT's Living Foods in Vernon, California, which is a small town near pretty close to downtown LA. I just found out from an article just the other day that I guess Vernon is actually the least populated or smallest, whatever you want to call it, incorporated city in California. Yeah, even though it being super close to you, better back off, dude. Again, you better back off. I am coming over whether you like it or not. I'm not going to deal with lane ending and assholes like you not letting me in like what happened with the last video. Is this car coming over? This car with the dog sticking out the window, I thought they were going to come over. The way they can suddenly come from the number 2 to number 3 lane when there are 5 lanes here. That's a clue to me that they might want to come over some more because they possibly are exiting, especially in this traffic. Alright, anyway, yeah, we're going to be, so Vernon, I found out that there are only 110 people who actually live in Vernon. Honestly, I'm not even sure where the actual homes in Vernon are. Because Vernon actually does have a police department. I've even been by it, and I've even chit-chatted with a couple of their officers while getting some food over at that Mexican restaurant next to McDonald's over there at the corner of Bandini and Soto, where there's truck parking over there. Little did I know, there's actually only 110 people in the entire town. You wouldn't know it because, but then again, the town is completely full of warehouses and stuff. Big trucking center there, trucking and railroad center. All right, so something I can talk about today. Actually, kind of funny here. There was about a month or so ago, in a group, I'll just say, I found this quite amusing. Maybe you guys will too, but turns out there was a Sierra England driver who thought because, who believes mistakenly that he is a federal employee just by virtue of the fact that he is, his job is subject to federal laws. It's like, no, that doesn't make you a federal employee. I was just incredulous that someone would possibly think that. Like, this guy just being a troll, or does he honestly really have that freaking delusion that he's actually a federal government employee? I don't know, but just in case there are some questions about that. Oh yeah, well I gotta follow the FMCSA rules and whatever federal DOT compliance stuff or whatnot. No, that does not make you a federal employee. Every job, whether you work for the government or not, is subject to federal, state, county, and or local laws. Okay, just because you are, there are certain federal, state, county, or whatever laws that apply to you, to your situation, doesn't mean that you are employed by that agency. Federal employee means that you literally get your paychecks written to you by a federal agency. If you are military, your paychecks all come from Defense Finance and Accounting Service, DFAS. This guy's moving over. I'm going to go ahead and slide over now. I don't know I can't remember if this number 5 lane is going to end. I think it might, so I might need to stay in that number 4, but we'll see. Because I'm less than just under 5 miles away from my exit. I think this minivan's coming over too. Okay, so if you're military, you get paid through Defense Finance and Accounting Service. If you're a federal civilian employee, you know, your paychecks are most likely written by Office of Personnel Management, or OPM. It's a federal government agency. Their website is opm.gov. And, you know, no matter, pretty much any federal agency, that's what makes you a federal employee. If you work for a federal government agency and their website is a .gov domain, and you can contribute to the Thrift Savings Plan 401k program that the federal government has, and your other retirement plan is FERS, Federal Employee Retirement System, then you can rightly say you're a federal employee. If you don't, if you're not covered under the FERS and TSP retirement programs, and you work for your paychecks are written by somebody else, sorry, you're not a federal employee. I couldn't stop laughing at the thought that this guy seems to honestly think that he's a federal employee. It's damn it, Van. I was already signaled and starting to come over, and your stupid ass decided to do that. Got an exit only coming up. So I kind of need to be over here. This is what it drives me nuts. People don't pay attention to our lights. Like I said in previous videos, we've got no less than 5 flashing lights on the side of my truck and trailer that you can be seeing, but case in point there, that van driver obviously wasn't paying attention, because I had my turn signal on and I was already starting to come over into this lane when he decided he was going to move over into the lane as well. Alright, see downtown LA straight up ahead and to the right. And speaking of, how about them Dodgers? Or how about baseball in general? I know some of you guys aren't big baseball fans or at all, but Major League season just started yesterday. And you guys know I'm a big Dodgers fan. They had a really nice start to their season with the 8-2 win over the Arizona Diamondbacks, or as we call them, the Snakes. They're actually playing here in town this week. Would have been nice to go over there and watch. Maybe I'll get a chance to watch some games this season at the stadium. My wife and I usually do try to get to at least maybe a couple of games a year when possible. But now he's calling me back. Alright, that is a friend of mine. He used to drive for JCT. I'll have to call him back though. Very busy vlogging. Got to pick up my load too. Okay, we got Atlantic coming up, and then right after that will be a 710 freeway. I could take Atlantic if I wanted to, but it's better to take the 710. Slide over one more lane. So I think I believe I'm going to need this lane to get on southbound 710. That's where we're going to be going next. Speaking of that friend of mine who just called, I was talking to him about my CB radio problem. Now, he's a lot more knowledgeable about CB stuff than I am. Yeah, and I was kind of spinning idea, like telling him all my symptoms and stuff, or all about what all happened, and you know, he had ideas as well on what was going on there. He said one of the things that people do, you know, if you piss them off, they might just disconnect your coax cable and do nothing else. Maybe even damage your antenna on purpose or something, but at the very least, they might just disconnect your coax and hope that you, try to talk on it without it hooked up, without realizing that it's not hooked up. Okay, I think I do need... Oh, wait. Ah, shit, no. No, I need this lane here. Okay. And you do that on a radio that doesn't have a protection circuit to prevent you from frying the circuitry inside from the SWRs being too high. Now, my radio is a President Richard. It is not one that you can get from truck stops. Yeah, it's actually out of the box a ham radio. But it can be modified into a CB. Actually, it's just a jumper that it gets put on inside to make it into a CB. So it's pretty good. It's a good radio, and it has a protection circuit, or supposedly does. So I don't know that there's anything wrong with the radio itself. And actually. Alright, so I have the SWR mode because it'll automatically test the SWRs on its own in a SWR mode, and it was, it seemed like it was out of whack, like jumping between about 3.9 and 5 when you only really want it to be in the neighborhood of about 1.5. And preferably even a tad bit lower. 1.25, 1.5 is generally what I say, what they say is ideal. Especially with a higher power system. So there's that concern there. Okay, we got the 5 freeway on the left, and then Whittier and Olympic over here on the right. Alright, so we're getting real close, and I do need to talk about this customer real quick for you, because if you do come to this shipper, you have to bring an empty weight skill ticket with you. And that skill ticket has to be dated the same date as your pickup. You show up here, if you maybe go to Ontario to hang out at the truck stop there, and you get a skill ticket the night before, and to come back over here for your pickup, they see your skill ticket dated the previous date. No, that's not any good. We can't use it. If you do get yourself in that position where you find out the hard way, not that big a deal. This next exit right here, Washington Boulevard. Alright, good. I'm glad he's coming over because I need over in that direction. Slide over another lane. Okay, I don't need to get off at Washington myself. I already have an empty skill ticket, but if you need one, get off here at Washington, head west, which is that direction. And you get before you get to Downey Avenue, there's a street there called Indiana. Now, Indiana, you're going to turn left there. If you turn right, that's the same spot where all the intermodal trucks, as we call them, the container yankers, come in and out of the rail facility there. You guys are not helping me out here. That's why you don't tailgate, guys. And I have to be in this lane because my exit's right here, Bandini Boulevard. So yeah, if you turn left onto Indiana over there, there's a small truck stop over there that has a cat skill that you can use. Then you just have some left turns to make, left onto back onto Washington, a left onto Downey, and a left onto Bandini, which is this street we're getting ready to get onto right here, and come on down to the left into the customer here. Now, GT's Living Foods does have like three different locations. I've been to 2 of them. A friend of mine actually got told to drop his at the 3rd location, which is a small place. And you see here, it's kind of a small off-ramp. Make sure you're taking up both those lanes, because 4-wheelers, they start trying to pass you right there. They're going to find out the hard way. They're going to have a problem there. Okay, this is Bandini Boulevard right here, heading westbound. Our shipper is going to be right down here on the right side. It'll be a big white building right by where that traffic light is up ahead. Actually, right by where all these cars are parked, if I recall. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's it. This is where we're going to be checking in. They have another facility on District Boulevard or District Road, wherever that street is called, which is right there off Atlantic behind us. Okay, gotta watch my tandems there, stay clear of that post on the wall. Okay, we're gonna get up here. This guy with the blue vest, he's, you see him kind of, he's gonna come up and check us in, and then we'll turn the corner there, and there'll be a guard shack right there to check in at. We're going to stop here and they'll, maybe, usually they come up. We're good. Now they're just staying out of the way, so. Normally there's someone hanging out over here, though, to check you in, but not the case today. I thought this guy was just gesturing something. I was busy looking at my tandem, so I couldn't tell what exactly he was signaling. Morning. Good, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for asking. And you fill that out with your information, pickup number, first name, phone number. Sure.
Yeah. Alright guys, we are checked in now. They are preloading me, so they already have a trailer over here assigned, but and they don't need any JCC trailers over here right now, so I'm going to be dropping this trailer at one of the other facilities. Gonna drop it in the door 18 over there. Wait for this guy. Nice. So what we're gonna do is, they have like four. Actually, turns out they got 4 different locations. He told me to take it to one of the District Boulevard locations, but it's not the same one that I've previously been to before. Alright, just waiting on. What's this yard guy doing? Is he trying to go across? Oh, okay, we're good. Okay, yeah, so there's a 6543 right here in door 18. That was, I guess that's going to be the one that I'm going to be hooking up to. I don't know, so I thought door 18 was where I'm dropping it over at the other location, but apparently door 18 here at this location is where my loaded trailer is going to be at. Alright, during the daytime before, I think it's 7 p.m., when you leave here, we come out this gate right here, and yeah, if it's after hours, basically, they end up having you turn around and go back out the same gate I came in. Okay, yeah, there's going to be a guard here. We're going to let them know we're just going to drop our empty. So we're making a left onto Bandini. Let's get checked out real quick. Check out with him real quick, whatever you want to call it. Hello. Just, yeah, no, it's empty. I'm dropping my loaded, my empty at the other yard. Appreciate it. Okay, we're making a left turn here onto Bandini. We're going to go on the other side of the 710 freeway. Got Atlantic Boulevard right there on the other side of the 710. We're going to turn right onto Atlantic. Let me tell you more once I can actually get out of here. Come on, are you fucking kidding me? fucking light turned red for these guys, and I got an opportunity to come out, and the next thing I know, it's already green for them, so they're already starting to come. Like, what the hell? Alright, also when I checked in with that guy at the guard shack there, there actually was supposed to be somebody over there to check, do kind of like a pre-check-in at that first stop sign at the corner. Yeah, I'm not sure why there wasn't anybody there, but yeah, he said somebody wasn't doing their job. They were supposed to be there doing it. Yeah, I had a fun time talking to him. Good guy, and we're both Dodgers fans, so hey, got a chance to chit-chat about some of the stuff we've been seeing so far, even though the season just started. Just talking about that. Yeah, we're both kind of, Atlantic Boulevard North. I need to be in this lane to get onto that part. Alright, so yeah, a couple of things we were talking about there, like if you're a Dodgers fan, we were talking about James Outman, the new center fielder for them. Which lane do I need for? I can't tell. This is. Oh, okay. What the hell? Well, I think it was telling they're saying Atlantic Boulevard. Oh, I was thinking north. I needed south. I don't know why I was thinking that. I was in the correct lane to go on the northbound Atlantic, but I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go south and just kind of got my ordinal directions all mixed up for some stupid reason. I got a really messed up intersection here because you got both off-ramp from the 710 and the Atlantic Boulevard here right next to each other using the same lights. Anyway, yeah, we're talking about James Outman. He's the new center fielder, replaced Cody Bellinger. Now, Bellinger, he's been known to do really well on offense. He can hit for some power, but he's been really inconsistent and a shitty hitter over the last couple seasons, ever since he got injured. Alright, since you look like you're backing off, I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, you got the LA River right here. Now we're going to cross over it. And as soon as we get on the other side of it, that's District Boulevard. Now, one of GT's locations, if you turn left onto District, go down the road on the right side, they have a facility down there. And then they have another one right over here. It's the one over here on the right is the one we're going to be going to drop her empty. Alright, so anyway, yeah, so Outman, though, I've been impressed with him. I don't know much about him, but yeah, he's been very productive offensively in the preseason, and he had a really nice first game with for the regular season, 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Nice. So it looks like he's going to be a really nice replacement for Bellinger. Okay, so the road's going to curve to the left just a bit. And shortly after it curves to the left, on the right side is going to be the location. 4575 District Boulevard is what we're looking for. Looks like we got a hidey hole to park on right here. Oh, actually, I think between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. In general, they don't want commercial vehicles stopping anywhere. That says 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. on that street there. But then that sign we just passed right here on this side said no parking any time. Probably just in that one spot. Okay, and that grayish building in front of us, I don't know. I think that's the next door neighbor. Based on what I'm seeing on the map, I think that's the neighbor. I want to say we're going to be going to the next location down the street after this. Corona Avenue. Yeah, I think over here where I see this container, this building with the flags on it, or oh no, there it is. I see 4575 right there, and I see Pride blanket coming out. Or no, that's a drop trailer. Okay. So let's make a right turn here. Watch for this guy in the Bronco Sport, because he just look like he's getting ready to pull out.
You're gonna park against the wall. So
Okay.
you're gonna pull forward and then back up.
Okay, so it's, up against those spots right over there, right here in that gap.
There's two trailers right here. There's one more thing next to it.
Oh, okay. Appreciate
Are
it.
you gonna also pick up?
Yeah, I have a preloaded sitting over at the other location.
Oh,
Then on the way out, I come back out this way?
okay. Yeah.
Okay, appreciate it. Alright, so looks like we're gonna have a fun time. She said put it up against the wall over here. I'm trying to get my tandems over here as much as I can first. Yeah, looks like there might be room to sneak that trailer into that gap there. It's gonna be tight here, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, I like the angle that trailer is going in there. That looks pretty good. I'm coming pretty close to that other drop trailer. Let's get it over here toward the wall faster. Might be a little late chasing it with the tractor. Yeah. Not too bad. Oh yeah, there's plenty of room here, so. Yeah, we were just about on that wheel chalk, so definitely want to move it over this direction a little bit more. I can imagine some people have a hard time getting a trailer into this spot though. But you see, they're sticking with the fundamentals. I pointed the trailer. Okay, so what I'm going for is a lot of people have a hard time with backing. Even experienced drivers tend to have some struggles here. With this kind of stuff. Cardinal rule here for me is don't point your trailer into this gap here. So you've got the front of this container or whatever that thing is, kind of a container, I guess, or an intermodal trailer next to us. Then you got the wall. Well, if you got the plane, kind of an imaginary line that goes along the front end of this guy across there to the wall. Very common mistake made by drivers when trying to maneuver is to point the trailer into that gap. Well, you don't want to be pointing that trailer. Yeah, don't make it cross the plane there, if you will, into the end zone, if you will, if we want to put sports analogy in. Don't point the trailer into that end zone area until you're already at a better angle. So what I do instead is, you might have noticed, if you just watch that footage again, if it helps. I was too close to this guy, which wasn't a problem, but the tail swing and where I was going to be in relation to the wall, and because I have to get far enough past this guy to where my tandems get next to the corner of this trailer over here on my left before I can kick my drive tires out in that direction to straighten the trailer out. Meanwhile, while I'm doing that, I got 10 feet of trailer coming out in this direction toward the wall, which I get more concerned about. That's how you end up hitting stuff. So what you end up doing instead, pointing the trailer at a spot out here in front of the spot, not in it. Yeah, out on this side of that imaginary line I'm talking about, this is what I always suggest doing. So, yeah, like I mentioned, I was kind of coming in like this first, and then if you notice, I changed the trailer's angle so it's pointing more at the wall, so that way it would intercept the center line of this spot here before I got to the plane there, the imaginary line between the front of this guy and the wall. All right, so that's kind of, maybe that'll help some of you guys out. I'm gonna go ahead and get disconnected here, as we're gonna have plenty of footage here anyway. So to get disconnected, we'll get back over to the other side. All right, guys, we got our kingpin disconnected now. Let me drop the airbags and pull forward just a little bit. Oops. Kind of easier to move forward if I have my brakes released. I have a habit of doing that. I don't know why, but it does. It happens. Okay, we got zero pressure on our gauge there. Let's get going. Raise our backs back up. Okay, and as the girl the guard check said, when we leave, come back out the same side that we came in. Okay. She looks kind of familiar. Like I don't know. I might have seen her at the Bandini location before. I don't know. Is there ever going to be a stop here in the traffic? All right, it's time for me to be an asshole. I'm going to turn right instead of left. Because it was going to be a never-ending flow of traffic there. They were never going to let me out. And then there was enough gap there. And the light up here being red kind of helped. I was thinking about making a left turn to go back over Atlantic, but I don't need to do that. I can always come over this way to, I think it's Downey. Yeah. Come over here to Downey and turn right and then make another right onto Bandini. And that'll also get me back over to the shipper. And it's starting to warm up. 67 degrees here, so usually when it's 60s weather, I still like to wear a hoodie at the very least. Alright, it's light coming up here. It will be Downey. We're going to turn right. That'll take us northbound up to Bandini. You should hopefully have an idea how to get back over to the other location from here pretty easily. It's just pretty squarish looking. Not perfectly squared, but it's square-ish, I would say. Make sure no trains are coming. Yeah, we're good. But that rail signal over there is yellow, so something might be coming soon. Yeah, you can see the light right there. So they call those semaphoros, semaphoros, or semaphoros. I don't know. Maybe someone who's a rail expert knows how to the more appropriate way to pronounce that word. Have I been here before? I don't know. Yeah, I have. I was like, that place looks familiar. I had a pretty good idea that I might have been there before to deliver a load. Yeah, and I have a start location right there on my map, so yeah, I most definitely was there before. I was wondering what this guy in the lane next to me was doing at first, but I think he was just concerned about this guy's tail swing. I'm not sure what this guy's stopping for, but there's plenty of room. And then this idiot over here stopping right on the railroad tracks like a moron. Like, I know these tracks don't get used a shitload, but still, like, what the hell are you doing? You don't stop on the tracks, you fucking idiots. Just because they're said it doesn't get used a lot doesn't mean it never gets used. Like I say, that signal on that track was yellow up there, so it's a pretty good chance that there's that train could actually be coming northbound up into the area. Okay. I'll see, what else? I think there was something else I meant to mention, but I forget. Anyway, I guess we can go back to Dodgers just for a bit here. Yeah, I mean, the guy over here, we're also talking about Trey Turner. Now, yeah, he doesn't play, he signed a contract with a different team this season. What was it, the Cubs? I forget. But yeah, he's a great player offensively, but defensively, he's terrible. So personally, I was kind of glad to see him gone because he's defensively, he's a liability. Yeah, he's a great base runner and a great hitter and stuff, but can only handle so much of his bad defense. So that's what I am kind of concerned about that area, though, how that'll pan out, especially with injuries and who's going to end up playing second or who's actually going to last over there. All right, anyway, okay, so right here next to us is our customer again. And so we're going to make the left turn, come back into the lot, and we'll just end up hooking right up to our trailer, but we're going to stay in the dock door, I think, and go check in first, because they might still be loading it. I don't know. It's I don't think he said whether it's already loaded or not. It might still be. Yeah, it might still be in the process of getting loaded. Usually when I come here and do drop hooks, yeah, they usually are still loading, and I usually end up waiting. Alright, I had to kind of crowd the driveway so this woman in the Nissan didn't get any funny ideas, because I was there first and I had the right of way anyway. Concerned about her thinking that she could jump out in front of me. Not that it's that big a deal either way, but still, I'm like, that kind of traffic, that if I'm gonna have to sit there and wait on that kind of traffic, I'm not gonna deal with that shit. Alright, should be able to just hook right up to 18 and then right over here by the guard shack, go up that ramp and the office will be right there. Good? Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, if I remember, 18 was on the other side of that bison truck. 6543 was the trailer number. Yeah, it's over here on the other side. There we are. Right in front of this IWX trailer. Now, we'll get a better look. The door light is not lit up, so I can't tell what the status of the load is then. Can't tell if it's in the middle of being loaded or if it's done or what. So we'll get checked in first. trailer might be sitting, it's sitting a little high, but not that bad. Go ahead and raise my bags up just to be extra sure. I was able to just barely feel the fifth wheel going underneath. Yeah, we got good pressure now. Come on. Damn it. I can't get it to creep at all, so couldn't get it to go under there gently. I was trying as hard as I could to hit it softly, but it was just gonna force me to do all or nothing pretty much. Alright, so we're gonna get checked in, and hopefully we'll be able to get out of here right away before the traffic builds up. Alright guys, we are already reloaded. I need to pull forward. The yard guy's gonna end up putting a seal on. I'm gonna pull away. I couldn't even see that wheel chock there. It was far enough in where I couldn't even see it. Okay, we can make sure the load locks are in. I think close the doors and all that. Alright guys, we are ready to check out here. I got doors closed and sealed. We're going to check out over the guard shack over here on this side. Taco truck here. Yeah. It is a 42,000 pound load, so I will definitely take it over to the same Catskill that I was just telling you guys about at the beginning of this, or earlier in this video. Hello. Yes.
See what's in the back?
Correct.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
And, you need an inspector or good?
See us go to the destination.
Yeah, I think we're good. Alright. Okay, so we're good to go there now. To get over to the Catskill, we're going to make a right turn here onto Bandini Boulevard. Take it back over to Downey Avenue. Alright, yeah, we're gonna go here. There's usually a guard here, but it was probably the same guy who checked me over there. And I know he radioed to somebody else that I was on my way to destination. Alright, so we'll go ahead and go over to where the Catskill is at, and we'll end the video there, since it gives you guys a chance to see where exactly it's at in relation to the shipper as well, and how things look over there, getting over there. I believe I've done other videos where I'm picking up from here and involve that location as well, but just in case you haven't seen them before and it's your first time watching my channel, or going to this customer and watching my channel for intel, this is where we can help with that. Alright, right lane closed ahead. Now I'm glad that load was ready to go right away, because it's right at about noon now, and it's Friday, so The faster I can get over to the other, over past the San Bernardino Valley, the better my chances are of being able to avoid too many traffic delays. Even at noon, I'm a little bit concerned that there's probably going to be at least a bit of delay on the way there. So fingers crossed, but shouldn't be as bad at this hour as it would be if I were leaving here, let's say like 3 in the afternoon. Alright, right lane here, and remember, got a traffic light here and railroad tracks that go across the road right before the light. So if that light is red, you need to stay back behind the railroad tracks and wait for the light to turn green, and you know, so and know that you can make it through the intersection first. So this limit line right here, if that light starts to turn red, this is where I'm going to stop. Alright, it's green, so from here I have to go. I can't stop on the track, so I'm going to have to do this. Technically, the limit, once I'm past the limit line, I'm in the intersection legally, so kind of have to do that. But a lot of people aren't going to know that when they're at that intersection. They think that the crosswalk there is the limit line. Nope, not it, or not exactly. Not if I have to stop on the railroad tracks to stop there. Alright, this bridge here is okay, but right after we make the right turn onto Washington Boulevard, which you're going to see here in just a second, just past Washington, shut up. You're going to see another bridge up there. Actually, the train is going across it right now. That is a 13'5" clearance, but I think I actually have gone under it before, barely. But yeah, see, there's a JB Hunt container that just came from over there, and he made it through fine. But again, that's a 13'5" bridge. Probably best to not take chances. And yeah, if you're coming into the area, try not to take Downey Road up through here. You're better off taking the 710 over to Washington or Bandini. Alright, right turn here onto Washington. Swing wide because it is a right turn pocket. No problems there. Alright, 14.9 here. Okay, we're going to go down the road here, and there'll be a traffic light at Indiana. I'm going to make a right turn right where that light is. Not this light here, but a little further down. Alright, so let's talk about where this road's going, because as soon as we get to that truck stop, I'm going to end the video, swap SD cards, and all that kind of stuff. This load will be going to Unified Foods, or UNFI, in Lancaster, Texas. Lancaster, this location is right off of Interstate 20 in the Dallas area. Actually, if you know where the Pilot in Dallas is, it's the same exit right there. Or maybe you're familiar with the Flying J and TA over off Bonneview Road in Dallas. 2 miles before that, exit 470, Bonneview Road's 472. You get off there, and Unified Foods is right there. Okay, this is Indiana right here. We're going to make the right turn. I wouldn't be surprised if this container guy makes a left, but a lot of times I'm coming out of here, and there's container guys coming out of that place over here. Yeah, I got to watch for anybody, because this is a tight turn. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he just realized right when I was... shit. I need a counter steer to make sure my trailer stays clear of that SUV back there. Alright, Catskill's right here. There's a truck on it right now. We're going to come around the corner here. Especially after that last load where it was supposedly only 41.7 on the 41,007 something on the weight. No, it was all of 46,000. When I turned in my empty scale ticket here at this shipper, was at 33.5. I didn't realize this truck was that light. But I was with 3/8 fuel, so I probably add another 600 pounds of fuel. That puts me right at about 46,000 pound load on that last load. I scaled at 79.9 with it. Hope this guy doesn't stop there. All right, no, he's turning the corner. Okay, I'm gonna come over here to the right a little bit so I can there. Make sure the tandems are centered on the spot, or at least on the plate. Oh, EFS. Might have to pay out of pocket for this one. We'll find out. Maybe it's down or something, I don't know. But I might have to pay out of pocket for this one, just use the regular thing. Oh no, actually I did get my weights. Okay. So the way my truck did work, even though there's signs on there saying no EFS and stuff, but yeah, it worked. Okay, I got 11,620 on the steers, 30,880 on the drives, and 32.7 on the trailer. Gross weight 75.2. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because I can swap out my card somewhere else. The car was doing a U-turn, and I thought he was getting ready to come up the street, and then he ended up going into the truck stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a day here, right? Hope this fucking. The fuck you doing? Who says you have right of way? Fucking moron. People do, I see it happen all the time. I've had truckers do that before on me too. Pay attention, guys. A green circle means you have to yield to the traffic on the other side. A green arrow means you have a protected left turn. But how are you not? That's kind of stupidity that we have here on the road. Should not be happening with a trucker. Then again, he is pulling a container, so why am I not surprised? I'm not the biggest fan of container yankers. They tend to be slower drivers, and they camp out in the trucking fast lane, and then they're more likely to do shit like that as well. So not the first time I've had a truck do exactly that to me at that exact same intersection. Alright, otherwise, we're going to go ahead eastbound on Washington Boulevard, and then there'll be a left turn to get onto the 710 freeway. And to get over to Lancaster, we're just going to take the 60 and or the 10 across over to the other, over into Arizona. And eventually get onto I-20 in Texas, and then take 20 straight across. So that'll be the route plan. It's not due until the 3rd of April. I'm running on a recap, so I kind of needed a load that could work with my hours. Alright, otherwise I'm not going to keep dragging this video on for you, right? You guys know where I'm heading to next, when it's delivered, so you have kind of an idea when my next video might come. It's a customer I've never been to before too, so it'll be a new experience. Well, you know, I've been to Unified Foods, but not to that particular location. Alright, we'll put it that way. So, alright. Appreciate you guys hanging out, watching. We'll probably, I should see you guys in Lancaster, Texas in the coming days, right? You all have a great day. We'll see you then.